Taylor, you ready?
I think so.
What have you built? Because this is not a BMW V8.
No, this is my own car, so I've been tinkering after work and Saturdays and when I can.
When I give him some spare time.
Basically when I'm not doing Phil's work.
There's a difference between tinkering and what you've done here.
There's a small difference between that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is not meant to be there. What is it?
It's basically the GM LT4 motor, which is the new generation LS. They're doing LT1, which is non-supercharged, and LT4, which is supercharged. So all factory, supercharged sits in there, all the intercooler and charge coolers out built in. So it's a crate engine. Yeah, it's supposedly 650 horse. Well, they reckon 680 with a decent exhaust intake and stuff, which it's got. But it's basically a crate engine from GM Parts World, engine and gearbox. Currently running the GM ECU. It's actually got an M-Mod ECU on it as well to control all the CAN bus and make all the dash work and control the fans and everything. So we've got a bit of a hybrid going on at the moment.
So you haven't actually done any engine work to this, just dropped it in and
standard.
It's so compact though, isn't it? It's such a, considering that is a supercharged, let's say 650 horsepower engine, that is a real compact unit.
I mean, you can put a cam in it, port the intake, the throttle body, and port the nose of the supercharger, and a smaller pulley, a few bits and bobs. Takes it's like 740 fairly easily. But this is a bit of a learning curve because this is obviously going to be the future with because it's direct injection, which is the main thing. So that's what we've got to sort of learn and how to control and control it correctly.
So that is why a lot of people may think it's a little strange to take out an S65 standard engine that was supercharged in this car. It worked really well.
Well, people thought I was nuts, it was a nice car with the ESS 625 kit.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely gutless.
Well, you had to wring its neck to
get the power.
And
it's a very strange power curve. I didn't
600
like it.
horsepower. Yeah, it's a different type of driving to what you like as a road car, isn't it? Which is sort of a lot of grunt.
And I bought this car. I had this engine coming, so I needed something to put it in.
So I mean, we on our various BDC road trips, we have mentioned a lot in conversation about what would you replace ultimately the RX-7 or RX-8 with, because you need to be having a car with an LS in because it's what you do. Well, and so you were thinking about old Land Rovers, and you were thinking about a few things.
Old Chevy trucks or doing something like that. Stuff like this Chevy Nova that's got turbo LS in, which I love the idea of. But
you're a family man.
When would he use it?
And his children keep getting bigger, so he needs big back seats.
It's such a nice car. Really, I've known the car for years. The previous owner spent a lot of money on it, so it was a good basis to start with. And the engine, it seemed the ideal engine to fit the car into.
So what we're about to witness is the first ever movement. So it's been started.
I've had it
a few
running.
issues with it, but got those solved with the Emerald.
Problem with the GM ECU. The loom there's two tops of loom, and he got the wrong loom. Unfortunately, that took quite a bit of sorting out. And now we've got Emerald to sort this out, the ECU to control. Otherwise, you've got no fan control. So the fans on these cars are all PWM controlled.
Oh, okay.
So is the steering and all that. So luckily the guys at Emerald really look after us, and they're very, very helpful company, and he's sorted out. I mean, we're going to run it completely on Emerald eventually, but at the moment it's just running the car, not the engine. So in theory it should start and run.
Go on,
well,
stop messing about. Or anything like that, like we'd normally do in tuned engines, but yeah, it's literally the stock cam and that idles.
like moving my S50.
It's also had all new big brakes and everything at the same time, so just sort of... It works.
You're gonna do a proper burnout now?
No, I might just check some fluid levels and just some stuff like that, because the brakes, literally the brakes haven't, that's the first turn, so the brakes just need to bed in and just a few bits and bobs. But
well, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, good.
Pretty good.
Yes. Doesn't like second gear launches.
Why can't you launch it in first?
It makes more smoke in second, but I thought I'd just try it, but the
Can't do it.
clutch was just... It does normally, but I think it's a bit, maybe a bit too aggressive,
Can
maybe.
you do a first gear launch then?
Yeah, maybe.
Good. Pardon?
You just put a little vid together so I can just post
I
it
might
up.
just do it now.
Yeah,
All
don't
the
need to
stuff.
be...
Well, I've got to do it at some point, and I need to
Yeah.
do a video tonight, so I'll just
Yeah.
edit this and put it on the internet.
Cool.
See you later.